Okay, hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we're going to look at AWS Private Link. So, what are some of the ways that we can open up our services in a VPC to another VPC? So here we have our VPC that we've been using so far in this section of the course. We've got our public subnet, our private subnet. Let's say we had an application that sits both within our public subnet and within our private subnet, and we want to make this application available to other services in another VPC. Could be your own VPC or it could be VPCs of one of your end customers. And let's say it's multiple VPCs, maybe in the hundreds or even the thousands. What are some of the ways that we can do this? Well, the first thing is to open up the VPC where the application is hosted to the internet itself. Another way is to use VPC peering, but if we're using tens or hundreds or thousands of different VPCs, we'd have to open up a peering connection to each and every one of them. So both of these options have their disadvantages. So to open our applications up to other VPCs, like I said, we can either open the VPC up to the internet. Some of the disadvantages to this could be security considerations. Everything in the public subnet is going to be public, and you've also got a lot more to manage because you have to be aware that your VPC is now open to the internet. You'll have to go in and make sure your security groups are effective, that your network ACLs are there. You might have to add in web application firewalls to stop layer 7 attacks, etc., etc. So it can be more difficult to manage. We could also use VPC peering. The issue here is you're going to have to create and manage many different peering relationships. So if you are trying to open your VPC up to say 10 other VPCs or 100 or even 1,000, you're going to have to create each individual peer, and the whole network will be accessible. And this isn't very good if you have multiple applications within your VPC. So Amazon invented Private Link, and this essentially allows you to open your services in a VPC to another VPC using Private Link. And this is the best way to expose a service VPC to tens, hundreds, or even thousands of customer VPCs. And it doesn't require VPC peering. There's no route tables, NAT gateways, internet gateways, etc., etc. And all it does is it requires a network load balancer on the service VPC and an elastic network interface on the customer VPC. So here we've got our application sitting in our service VPC. We've got our network load balancer. We then, in our customers VPC, we've got an elastic network interface, which is dedicated to their application or service. And then once we've got those two, we essentially take the static IP address of the network load balancer and we open it up to our elastic network interface by creating an AWS Private Link. So that's all that AWS Private Link is. It's a way of sharing your applications within your own VPC to multiple VPCs at once, and it's the best and most secure way of doing it. So going into the exam, all you need to remember is what AWS Private Link is. If you see a question asking about peering VPCs to tens, hundreds, or even thousands of customer VPCs, I want you to think of AWS Private Link. It doesn't require VPC peering. There's no route tables. There's no NAT instances or NAT gateways, internet gateways, etc. But it does require a network load balancer to the service VPC and an elastic network interface on the customer VPC. So that is it for this lecture, everyone. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Thank you.